introduce Anu before we start. So I hope all of you all can hear me. So Sechi's, pardon?
You can say start.
Can you all hear me?
I have to get on the phone. I can't hear you from there.
Okay. Can you all hear Rajpreet?
I'm not hearing you through the phone.
Pardon?
I'm hearing you from the phone.
From the phone.
Yeah, one second. No, I'm hearing you.
No, that's my audio is fine.
This doesn't work for me.
So Anu, we can hear you, and we are already live. So we
I
can
know.
hear you. Yeah.
But I can't hear you. One sec.
So Rajpreet, can you hear me? You can hear me, right?
Yes, Saraswati.
Okay. So let me continue. So Sechis is a personal development platform for women which helps women in their careers, health and relationships. I request everybody else to put your audio on mute. We have more than 9,600 women registered with us, and we have more than 70 experts. We provide services under coaching, counseling, therapy, personal branding, mentoring, etc. So on this platform, this is the third Angels program which we have. Prior to this, more than 65 women had signed up for this cohort-based program, and we've already conducted 150 coaching therapy sessions on our platform. And we will be launching all the services sometime in January. This masterclass by Anu is part of our third Angels program cohort, and there will be one more session next week by Rajpreet, who is our founder. So this program will also give you an opportunity to network with other women.
I can do it now.
Yeah, so I would just request Rajpreet to play the video on Sechis. Rajpreet?
Say cheese, not just in this moment, but forever. It's time to reimagine your personal growth universe. It's time to say cheese. Begin your journey by selecting your key focus areas. You can then select the related goals for each focus area. The Say Cheese service delivery model is of 4 types. Do it yourself, learn from the top experts and professionals, work with a cohort, connect with community members, and build your inner circle. You may choose from any of the solutions that will help you progress towards your goals. Self. You can select the right self-action programs built by a team of psychologists and researchers to bring very powerful, cutting-edge, and effective concepts to life in an easy-to-learn and apply manner. These programs are designed to bring breakthrough insights and rapid growth in your focus areas and goals. Experts. We all can benefit from expert help. Set up one-on-one sessions with our best-in-class experts for advice and guidance in a safe and private space created specially for your comfort, or attend masterclasses and workshops organized by them to learn, develop, and grow. You can book the calendar and meet our experts at a mutually convenient time. The conversations will happen on our app in a private room setup. These are not recorded and it is completely safe. Community. It's not what you know, but who you know. Leverage the power of the community to build new and meaningful connections for mutual growth. Meet people like you and also learn from people who are not like you but complement you. Connect beyond connections to have meaningful conversations. Find interesting people with our unique speed networking feature. A surprising new person awaits you every 3 minutes during our speed networking sessions. You can also invite your new connects for longer conversations to rooms. Track your progress by a recap of your journey. You can continue to identify more focus areas and goals and build your personalized path. Join us and say cheese to a happier you.
Thanks, Rajpreet. So before anything else, I'll start with introducing Anu. So thank you, Anu, for joining us this evening. We are all very eager to listen to you on your today's topic of building better relationships. I think it's a very, very relevant topic which touches all of us in some way or the other. So Anu is a hypnotherapist and teacher of hypnotherapy from the California Institute of Hypnosis. She has been tutored by Dr. Sunny Satin. Currently, she is also a reconnective energy health practitioner and spiritual coach. So, Anu, over to you if you can hear me. Otherwise,
Yes,
I'll just
I
give you.
can now.
Yeah, you
I
can.
got the
Great.
headphones.
That's great. And just before Anu starts, in case you have any questions, please put them in the chat box, and I will ask them to Anu since there are so many of you. I can just monitor this from my end. Thank you, Anu. You can start.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Saras and Say Cheese. I think this is an excellent platform that we're on. And welcome, everyone. Thank you so much all for being here. I'm really happy to know that we have as many of you here joining me on this talk. It's going to be more of a very conversational interaction. So first, I will just speak for about half an hour to 40 minutes, and then I open it to questions from all of you because, you know, when Saras asked me, what do you want to talk about? I said, anything, you choose. And she said, okay, let's do relationships. And I didn't realize what an intense and vast topic this is, you know. So I said, yeah, sure. I was very confident. And then every time I sat down to make notes, I just couldn't get down to pinpointing it. But we'll start with this journey, and I will tell you in a brief way with 4 very essential practices, which will probably take you less than, you know, even 10 to 15 minutes in a day. But before that, and before I start talking about relationships, it's very important for us to know where and how are these relationships developed. So we need to have, we need to know the background of how relationships are created, because from the time that we are born, we are developing a relationship. We have a relationship with our mother. Then we are born and we have a relationship with our family and the environment in which we live. And as we go on, we keep absorbing the energy around us, what is happening around us, to formulate the foundation of our personality. So to understand relationships, you really need to understand who you are and where are you coming from. So when you're born, you need to understand that we don't have our brain mind that is developed, that is still under development. So when we're born, we're just pure love. You know, we're in the arms of our parents, and whatever our parents teach us and tell us, or the environment, we pick that up. So if you're born in a French household, you will pick up French. If you're born in a Punjabi household, you pick up the language of Punjabi, because that's what you are hearing. And that's going straight into your heart mind. Now, your heart mind is 4,000 times more powerful than the brain mind. So the brain gets developed from the time that you are born till about 8 to 10 years of your age. And whatever you're taking in at that time, that is what is forming the foundation of your personality. So once your brain is developed and you move on into the outside world, then your interaction is what formulates your personality and your relationships with the world. So your foundation is very, very important, which many realize it and many don't. So if you come from an environment which is very unhealthy in terms of a lot of conflict in the house, it will not necessarily be your parents, it could be your grandparents, and you know, there could be so many elements over there, so much of shouting, screaming that may be going on. So it's difficult for them to, it's difficult for the child to perceive that, because it doesn't have a brain. So everything is getting filtered into the heart mind. So the child either grows up very insecure in that environment, or it grows up with a lot of preconceived notions. It could be just a fight between a parent, and the mother may have told the father, go, here, look after the child, and that remains with the child. The child hears that, it knows that something is happening, it affects his heart. And I had a case like that once, where the child felt that the mother didn't care for him, because every time the parents fought, the mother would give the child to the father and say, here, look after him. So he always felt rejected. So we carry these impressions in our mind, and how we connect with the outside world is based on this personality that you build up from the age of 0 to 10 years of age. So it's very important to know this, because your emotional body, which is your heart mind, works through your heart, your emotions. When you grow up, you develop your thinking faculty. Now, do you know that when the mind works through the brain, it is your thoughts that are running your mind, and you are thinking almost 60,000 thoughts a day, and you don't know what you're thinking. It's all on auto mode. So there is no control on it. So when you go out into the world, you don't even know what's going on in your thought processes. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? So whenever something happens in your life, how do you connect to it? If your heart and mind are not in a state of balance, how are you going to bring that balance into your relationships? So it's very important to understand, what is your mind? How does it work? Who are you? And how should you connect to your outside circumstances? When you understand this, then your relationships come into a better state of control. So what is your mind? So I've asked this question to many of my clients, and I rarely get an answer, because many of us, we just operate. We just think the mind is in our heads, or it's just there, and we operate through it. And it's just a series of the way we think. But mind is consciousness, and your consciousness is 7.5 meters in diameter around your body. It's an energy field. It's an electromagnetic field created by your thoughts, which are electrical charges, and your mind, which emits magnetic charges. What you think and what you feel is what you emanate in your energy field. And your energy field is that vast, 7.5 diameters around you. Which is why when you go to a party or you go to any social gathering, you will automatically move towards people who resonate with your vibrations. And you will not even go near a person who you feel, I don't even want to meet that person. Why? You don't even know that person. You don't even know where that person is coming from. What is stopping you from meeting everybody equally? So your energy field around you is what emanates who you are and who are you attracted or not attracted to. When it operates through the physical body, our bodies, our personalities are made up of 5 aspects: the physical, the mental, the emotional, the spiritual, and the causal. But right now for relationships, we will talk only about the physical body and the mental and emotional body. So am I clear? If you've understood this much, can I proceed? Cool. Okay. So now what you are is from the time of 0 to 10 years of age. And now you come into establishing relationships in your life as and when you move on. Sometimes we feel very stuck in a relationship. We say, why me? Why did this happen to me? When things are going great, we feel, oh, they're doing a great job. It's the me. It's the little me that has accomplished the task. But we don't realize that we have chosen everything that comes into our lives as a lesson to learn for our own growth. Now, this is very difficult to understand because we normally think that we are never responsible for any wrong relationship. It just happened. It's because that person did this to me, and that is why I behave like this. You know, it's never you. How can it be ever you that is responsible? I'm doing my best. I'm perfect. I do what I have to do. But it is always you who are responsible for your own relationships. And that's very difficult to understand. Now, you need to know that you've chosen that to learn something from that relationship. Because how else will you develop? How else will you grow? Tell me, if you're playing a game with a partner who's really not at all good at that game, or you're playing, say, a football match, and there's nobody opposing you, and you're just kicking the ball and it goes straight into the goal. Are you going to enjoy that game? Is it going to be fun? I'm sure it's not, because it's so easy. You know, you didn't have to do anything. You just kicked the ball and it just went. But the game becomes so enjoyable when the opposition is strong. And there's a strategy, and then you dodge the person, and then you get hit, and then you hit the other person, and you fall, and you get muddy, and you get hurt. But you get that goal there after that fight. And doesn't it feel good? Doesn't it make you feel really good about yourself? So it's in the fight, it's what you learn through that recreates you. We are constantly recreating ourselves. There is no good and there is no bad. We're just on this path of recreating ourselves in and through all our experiences. Now, you may say that, I do everything. I do everything correctly. I do my duty. I do this. I'm always doing everything right. But somehow the other person doesn't appreciate you. Tell me, why do you need anybody else's validation? You are doing your bit. You are happy doing what you're doing. Why aren't you happy with what you're doing? As long as you know that you're on the right path, why are you unhappy about it? It's because your glass is half full. You always want validation from somebody else to fulfill you, to make you feel complete. I'm not saying don't have relationships and just be a sadhu and a guru and be very content with yourselves. No. The point is, even with conflicting relationships, if you can make peace with it, with these 4 practices that I'll give you, it will really, really change your relationships for the better. As I said, when you look at things, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's just a matter of perception. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change automatically.
Harvinder hai?
So when you look at a relationship which is in conflict, you have to acknowledge the fact that you are the cause of that.
And everybody put yourself on mute, please.
Disposable glass.
I don't know who's Mr. Mehta. Can you put yourself on mute, please?
Saras, can you open the videos of everyone, because I'd like to see the conversation.
Yeah, Everybody, please come on video.
Hi everyone. I like to see the people so that I know what I'm saying makes sense or not. Whether I have your attention or not. So, yes, Margie, I can see you. Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay, so the most important thing is to know that everything that has been created is your responsibility. Something is there in your life to teach you something. So what is it trying to teach you? It depends on whatever you have chosen as that lesson. Now, there are 2 ways to deal with the situation. either you deal with it and you face it and you try to find a solution to it, or what most of us do is run away from it. If it's a marriage, we'll say divorce. This is the ultimate. I cannot handle you anymore. That's it. I've done my bit. I've tried. I've struggled with you. I'm done. And you leave. And then a couple of years later, you'll get into another relationship and you'll say, wow, I found the right person. And sooner or later, you're going to have similar problems that you face there, because the issues are still in your tissues. They haven't gone anywhere. They're very much there with you. So how do you get over relationships that are not pleasant? You're stuck with a relationship. How do you get out of it? Let me tell you that the first thing and the most important thing is to learn to love yourself first. How many of us really, really love ourselves? And when I say love yourself, I don't mean how you look and how you dress and how you feel outside, because I see people so well groomed, so beautiful. They come to me as clients and inside they are miserable. So I'm not talking about the outer appearances. I'm talking about your inner state of being. How many of you really love yourselves? Can anyone just say a thumbs up? Okay. If you really love yourself, why are you unhappy? Or why do you feel that your relationship that you're having with this, that, and the other is not good enough? Because you're always wanting validation from outside. When you love yourself, nobody has to tell you that they love you, because your glass is full. It's when your glass is empty is that you need that validation. You like the food I cooked? Nice. You never compliment me. I make such good food, but you'll just eat, you'll never compliment. Why do you need the compliment? You know the food is good. Why do you need a validation for it? You've done your bit, you liked it, no? The other person likes it or doesn't like it, it's their problem, not your problem. But no, we want validation. Why? Because for lifetimes, we have very low self-worthiness. You know, we've lived many lives, and I'm not here to change your beliefs on past lives. If you don't believe in it, please don't. But it's the truth and it exists. And it's the only logical reason why we keep coming back to learn we keep coming back to learn our lessons. And we don't learn them. 60 to 70% of all our problems that we are facing today is because of our past karmic imprints that we have not been able to get over. So you're spending, I know clients of mine who have spent 15 to 30 lifetimes, repeated pattern. Same problem. So 60 to 70, 80% of our life here is dealing with problems we've created how many N lifetimes ago. So we are born with these and we choose, and every time, you know, we go up there and we are soul bodies and we look at our charts and we say, okay, how did we do it? We created this blueprint of our lives thinking that we'll get over this, this, and this. And okay, I've repeated the problem again. I'm going to come back and repair it. So there's no right and wrong here, guys. I'm not trying to say that, oh, you know, you spend 17 lifetimes coming back. No, no, no. It's everyone is on their own soul journey. Your partners, your friends, the people you meet, each one is here for their own soul journey. At the end of the day, how happy are you with whoever you are with? It doesn't matter who is outside. It's your internal state that is so important. So if you're not in love with yourself, it's very difficult to love anybody else. Very difficult. You have to become love to be able to emit that energy all around you. You know, there are also people who are extremely insecure and you'll find them very loving. They'll go, friends who'll keep on doing a lot of things for you, and other people, you know, your you're always giving, because you love to make people happy, and that's great. But why are they doing that? Because they're looking for validation. They unconsciously don't know that they're not loving themselves enough. They're not taking care of them. They're taking, the housewife will say, "Nahi, mere bachche log to karna hi hai. We have to look after our kids. We have to do this. We have to do that," And she very rarely looks after herself because she feels complete with the security of making everyone around her. And she feels that making everybody else happy is the reason for her happiness. And she has the lowest self-worthiness. She feels like a doormat. And suddenly she'll feel, like, what the hell, yeah, everyone's gone on with their lives and I'm stuck doing nothing. But who stopped you? So we all have choices. We all need to know who we are and why are we here. We need to be complete in our relationship. So love yourself. And the easiest way to love yourself is give yourself a nice warm hug. I love you. Can any of you ever really do that? You'll say, huh? Of course I love myself. Are you kidding me? What's wrong with me? Why wouldn't I love myself? I'm so well groomed. I do everything. My hair's perfect. I love myself. I love to go to the beauty parlor and I love to put on my makeup and all. Sure you do. Emotionally, are you happy? Are you really in love with yourself? Because if you were, you wouldn't be trying to please everybody around you. You just be your natural, happy self. And that itself will be so attractive to somebody else. That itself will draw people to you. And if she's really happy with whatever she does, she's so cool. I wish I can be like you. So she's very content in herself. She's not proving anything to anybody. And just in that happiness, she's spreading that joy. So when you go to a party, do you get attracted to the person sulking on the sofa, or do you get attracted to the person who's laughing and cracking jokes and then has a crowd of people around him? What is more attractive to you? Obviously, the joyous person. You don't even want to go next to that person. You say, God knows what, she'll probably just bite my head off if I say anything. Better to leave her alone. So it's what you emit. And you will only emit what you feel and think. Feel and think. So love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Just hug yourself every day. How much time does it take to just acknowledge yourself? Sometimes just put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. Center yourself. When you're agitated, when you're disturbed, when you're anxious, just get your body and your mind into balance and move into your heart. Because as I said, heart is 4,000 times stronger. Fastest way to recovery is just getting in touch with who you are. I deserve to be happy. Why am I being walked over? I do so much for everybody, but everyone just takes me for granted. But you created that. Nobody asked you to do it. Nobody stopped you. It was your choice. You gave your power away to everybody else. So that's why when you grumble about relationships, please understand you have given your power away to that person. If your husband or your boss is snappy and rude to you, what happens? You want to punch the person. You feel, why am I in this situation? And you, husband, you can yell back. Boss, you can't. So it creates a negative suppression or a negative vibration when you hit out at the person. He reacts, you react, and da, 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 da. And what happens? Complete entanglement. When you're entangled, you cannot look at the problem. You cannot find a solution. You're like, you go crazy. You say, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm doing so much. It's like hitting against the wall. But what is it that you're doing is important. To look at that, you need to detach yourself and understand, okay, there is a problem here. There's no blame game. A blame game is not going to solve the problem. Understand you have created this. Take responsibility Once you take responsibility, you detach yourself from the issue, you start disentangling yourself, start becoming more objective. When you become more objective, you can see what's going on. When you start loving yourself, you're building up your self-worthiness. When you are happy with who you are, you stop reacting. You become a bit detached. You say, okay, let me see, what is this guy? Why is he saying what he's saying? He must be having some problem. The boss must be having some problem at home because, it's not as if we at the office are doing anything. He's just a snappy person. You start becoming objective. You start analyzing. And you know what? Send him love too. Don't go hugging him. He'll slap you. But just send him love from your heart to his heart. Because we're all energy. We're all electromagnetic fields at the end of the day. And if you send him the vibration, firstly, it will calm you down. It will make you feel better as you are going higher up in your vibrational frequency. You're in a state of balance, and that energy is also felt by that person unconsciously. Because we are unconscious, 90% of us is working in the unconscious zone of our subconscious mind. We don't even know one day why we feel so frazzled. It's because we're picking up energies from the magnetic field. So it's not always only about us, it's also about what energies are around us that affect us. So when you are on a higher state of consciousness, loving yourself, being in a frame of mind of accepting responsibility, being detached by looking at things objectively, you're able to change your perception about the other person. When you change your perception about the other person, you will stop reacting to the action of the other person. When you send it love unconsciously, his energies are calming down, his or hers. And when I say his, I don't mean just his, it's his or hers. So we're all reacting and acting to circumstances based on how we are. What state of mind are we in? So at every state, if we stay in a state of balance, you will look, we're all human. We're all going to lose it at some point or the other. But some people, when they lose it, it takes them 3 days to come back to normalcy. People who are in awareness snap back. And the sooner you snap back, that's when you know that you're in a state of balance. Everyone gets frazzled. I mean, I'm not perfect. Everyone, we all lose our cool. Things irritate us. And that's the best benchmark to know how balanced are you. So when you start loving yourself, you will start even forgiving that other person. And forgiveness is one of the most profound emotions that can change circumstances. I cannot tell you how deeply it can. We are not even aware of the power of forgiveness. Recently I had a client and I did an Akashic record reading. And I'm only sharing this experience because that it will really help you guys to understand what I'm trying to say. And he had a project that was stuck for 10 years. And I have invested in that property. So my property hasn't even taken off. These are 3 other buildings that were very badly stuck. The flat owners were not even interested. They were just blaming him and cursing him and abusing him, but they were making no effort to go to the finance company that had taken over the property, and they were doing nothing about it. So we did a record and thing in which it came that he has to really learn to forgive everyone. Forgiveness was a big issue. Now he was not even aware of it. Happily he forgave because he didn't even know that was an issue. And he forgave for about a week, 10 days. He did the exercise that was told to him to be done. And I said, okay, now put up on the group chat and tell them all to come together to go to the finance company. And it was a group of about 150 people. Earlier, he used to keep telling them, please go, please go, please go. No response. He did this session, he did the healing. We did another session. It said, okay, now just be courageous and bold and take the positive steps. And he put it up and he got 50 signatures out of nowhere. I'm looking at that WhatsApp group and he's looking at the WhatsApp and he says, what happened here? So it was the forgiveness that released so much energy from them unconsciously. And he is today moving forward. Finance company is talking to him. People are with him. They're calling him up. They're cooperating with him. So energy of forgiveness is so powerful. You know, when I tell you people, I tell my clients, just send love to the person. Oh, please don't tell me to send love to my mother-in-law. You don't know what a devil she is and what all she has done. She has just ruined my life. Please, I can't even do it mentally. It's for whose good? It's for your good. Because when you say that my mother-in-law is so evil and I can't even send her this energy, you've actually given your power away to her to control you. You're allowing her to get your goat. You understand? So it's all about you. It's never about the other person. So if in your heart, you can open up and forgive the person and send them love, you become a better person. You raise your vibration. So the journey is always about you. How have I created peace in my relationship? I had a mother-daughter who the daughter used to just start abusing the mother. It's the mother's house. The daughter has not gotten married and stays in that house. She got the support of the father. So she thought she could say anything to the mother. Mother is sitting in her room to eat her food because she's so petrified that the daughter will create a tantrum. She came to me crying, please do something about my daughter. I said, I can't do anything about your daughter, but I can certainly do something to you. And I gave her just these exercises. I said, forgive her, ask her to forgive you, send her love every day. And I said, do this for 21 days. Guys, I'm telling you, just do this for 21 days. I'm not even asking you to do it for a month. And see the shifts that will start happening in your life. We're not willing to let go. Okay, don't. Just change the way you think. It will change the way you feel. And the way you feel will change your energy, and your mother-in-law or your boss or whoever the other person is not going to feel uncomfortable with you because you no longer emit those disturbances. You are calmer, the other person will automatically become calm. If not, please go for therapy. Because this is one thing we all have a block against. We all say, therapy? You think I need therapy? Never. Why would I need therapy? I'm perfectly all right. But if you're unhappy and if you try this exercises for 21 days and it doesn't help you, then your issue is much deeper. Just know that. And whatever you want to do, that's your choice. You want to suffer, you can continue to suffer, and that's also all right. Maybe that's the lesson you've come to learn. Because karmically, you must have troubled somebody else or been troubled by someone else, that same person, and you feel that person deserves to be, bound to you with this torturous relationship. That's just fine. That's your choice. So everything can be dissolved with love, forgiveness, and the last and also most powerful thing is gratitude. When you get over an obstacle, when you get over a very tough situation, how do you come out? You've accomplished, you've come out much stronger. Don't you feel better? And you actually thank that situation. At that time, you're like completely, it's like a hurricane and you don't know what's hit you. And you feel so miserable. And after you overcome it, you say, wow, I've become like this, and this. I've become so much more resilient. If you're in a relationship and you've never worked in your life, and you go through a divorce and you've got to look after yourself when you start working, and then you create a business that is phenomenally successful, what would you do? Would you still cry about that divorce, or would you say, thank God, wow, what have I become? And I actually thank my husband for leaving me, or my wife for leaving me, or whatever. When you change a job, you get a better job. Don't you feel good about it? So you actually are grateful. So whenever anything comes into your life, have an attitude of gratitude. Whenever you feel low and let down and you feel depressed, I say think of 5 to 10 things that you can be grateful for. Thank you for a perfect body. I have all my 5 senses intact. Thank you. Thank you. I have a bed to sleep on. I have a house. I have lights. I have a TV. I have this. I have that. Everything. I have clothes to wear. I have a cupboard full of clothes. Thank you, God. Thank you. I may not be God, you may be an atheist, but thank the universe. Just thank you. Thank yourself for creating what you have. So gratitude, forgiveness, and love are so powerful. And the ability to say, I'm sorry. Why should I say I'm sorry? I haven't done anything wrong. Why should I say I'm sorry? Sorry for what? Ego. The little self takes over. So do you want to remain being that little self, or you want to be a grander, bigger version of who you are? What's wrong in saying sorry? Even if you're not wrong, what happens when you say sorry? You know, when you're standing in a queue and you're going on a flight, we all go through that push, 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 tug, tug, tug wants to get in front of you. And you get so irritated, you want to kill the guy, right? Sometimes his bag just hits you and give a dirty look. The minute he says sorry, what happens? Oh, no, it's okay. It's fine. No problem. And you smile back and, energy completely switches. Even if you are not wrong, if it makes the other person happy, say it. No, are you kidding me? Ego is so large. There's no way I'm going to say sorry. No way. Anu, you're asking me for too much. Okay, what's the outcome? Stay miserable. It doesn't matter. How does it matter? You become a better person. You become a more giving person in terms of letting go. You want to move on, right? You want better things to happen. You want yourself to be smiling and enjoying your life. So who is it hurting? It's only hurting you. So the ego mind keeps us bound. Our soul mind always wants to rise above. And we always feel somebody else is the cause of our problems. We are never the cause. So you'll never be happy if you have that attitude. Always look at it and say, okay, if it is not my fault, both of us are at fault. Chalo. If it's him or me, then it takes 2 hands to clap. So let's look at how to resolve this issue. Once you do that, it becomes so much easier to move forward in your own life. And it's all about you. The journey is only about you guys. Just remember that always. So always see, is it harming me or is it benefiting me? If I can't get out of the situation, let's try these 4 things Anu has said every day, 3 to 4 times a day. And let's see if it helps. There's no harm done. Just try. And trust me, miracles have happened. In the 20 years that I have done this healing work, I am amazed. And you know what? It's so funny because, when they practice this, they never come back and tell me. I reach out to them and say, okay, guys, how are you doing? Is all good? Yeah, actually, everything is good. I didn't even realize things were bad. I said, oh, really? There is so much. They feel, oh, it just happened on its own, because all our lives, everything just happens on its own. I said, did you do the exercises? Yeah. Doing the exercises. So then obviously see that it's happened. So be Acknowledge it for yourself, not to me. I don't want any validation. I'm just calling you up to reaching out to you to see whether you're practicing or not and whether it's helped you or not. So some people are so not even aware that, okay, this is the reason why this is happening. So be in that awareness, because you'll forget it if you don't practice it. You'll do it for some relationship, it'll get sorted, and then you'll forget these techniques. Whereas this should be a technique that should be imbibed for everything and anything in your life on a daily basis. Just having it in your mind, doing these exercises, thanking the universe for what it's giving you. When you go in the car and you're driving by, look at the tree outside and just thank the tree for giving you the oxygen. Thank the clouds above, thank the sun, thank the moon, thank the stars, anything. Just have an attitude of gratitude. And you will really start feeling so much better with yourself. And it's all about your internal journey. So I hope I have been clear. I think I've been a little repetitive because I just wanted to drill it into your heads. That these are 4 very simple ingredients, practices in your lives. To cook up your soup, as I said, ingredients. So the soup of who you are. So I'm open to questions. If there's any doubt in respect of anything, I can help you clarify it.
There was one question in the chat box. How do you love yourself? I think you mentioned it as a part of your talk, but maybe you can elaborate on it.
Yeah. So when you just hug yourself and you say, I love you, initially you're going to feel very awkward because you're only used to loving everyone around you and never yourself. So simple exercises like brushing your hair, looking in the mirror, just saying, I love you. I'm telling you, you're not going to like it initially. And I say, fake it till you make it. Because within a week, your cells are listening to you. When you, all of you can right now even try this. Just touch your heart and close your eyes and just breathe and say, I love you. You can hear your heartbeat. Get in touch with your breathing. And just say, I love you. I love you. And whenever you feel comfortable, just open your eyes. When you remove your hand from your heart, do you feel some warmth? What is that? The cells are responding to you, your own touch. So when you do this, you'll actually feel your cells responding to you. You'll feel that love. When you have pain in your body and you don't know why you have the pain, you can even just talk to the pain. Just nurture it, and your wrist is hurt, and say, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I did, but please forgive me. And I really, really love you. And you'll just forget about it and you will see that the pain just disappears. Because your cells are a part, the physical body has a life energy of its own called the innate. You have 73 trillion cells in your body, constantly alive and functioning in and through you. Most of the functions of your body is automatic, right? You don't even realize it. Your hair is growing, your nails are growing, your skin is repairing itself, the blood cells are repairing themselves, purifying the unpurified blood, your digestive system is working on its own. Who is making it all work? Are you controlling it? So there's your life force in your body is controlling it, which is collectively operating. So that's the other part of your body. That's why I said we have 5 bodies: the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and causal body. So they are all combined together by the soul and the innate. The innate is a smart body, which knows everything about you. And it's close to the soul. So it's a little complicating. We'll do that in further classes. But for right now, So actually just do this, and within 15 to 20 days, you will feel an amazing change. And you must hear Rita, who has just been following what I tell her. She has had no therapy done from me. She just listens to me and she's done with. So, Saras, can you put her on?
Yeah, I think she's also mentioned in the chat box.
Yeah,
so,
but just hear it from
Rita,
her
if
own
you
words.
can, if you can come on video and just talk about your experience, it will be great and it will help all the women out here.
Rita, if you don't want to come on video, you can just talk. It's okay.
Yeah.
Just unmute yourself.
No, I'll just come.
Yeah.
I'll just go to my room.
So any other questions in the meantime?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
there was one.
Is. Okay, here she is.
Yeah.
I have met Anu a couple of years ago, and she guided me through a lot of talks about loving myself, gratitude, forgiveness. And I was going through a lot of stress, and with her guidance, I have maintained so much peace within myself that today my sugar levels that were high has gone off. The sugar tablets, absolutely. The peace that comes to me is unbelievable. Anu, I love you and I thank you for this.
Love you too. And I've done nothing. I've just, whenever she used to talk to me and talk about how stressed she was, that's all I used to tell her. Yes, we could.
Could you hear me?
Thanks, Rita.
Yes,
Rita.
Yeah. Yes, we could.
I just love you too much.
Thank you.
For the guidance you
See, love energy. See how good the love energy is. It just healed.
I remember how you used to make me hug every time we met. I hugged you first and you would make me hug. Now you hug.
Rita was a giver. Always giving. She would feed us. She would take care of us. And if we give her anything, she would like say, no, how can you do this? And I say, why not? She couldn't receive because she felt she was not worth it. When she started loving herself, she started enjoying her own journey, got her sugar levels down. Amazing. Thank you, Rita.
Great story. So the next...
Maggie, you wanted to ask something?
Yeah, it's just out of curiosity. When I think somebody just mentioned, can we have the videos on? And you said, and I noticed there were more women here than the number of men. And why is it so? I want to know.
Yeah, because Rashpreet, would you like to answer that, or Saras?
Yeah. Actually, Maitri, this talk has been organized. You may have missed my initial introduction. It was organized by SECHIS, of which I am part of. And SECHIS is a women's only platform. So we are here to provide solutions to women for career, health, and relationships, because we feel that happiness is a holistic word. So if somebody is happy in their career, but if they are not happy in their relationship, somewhere it's going to impact their career, and vice versa. So we want to provide this holistic kind of solution to women, and which is why you see more women here.
And also the men, I've given them the YouTube link.
Yeah, great.
So they can see it on YouTube. Yeah. Because I didn't know that, and suddenly my daughter sends me a message because one of her friends immediately joined the group. So Saras then told me that listen, it's only for women, and I said, I'm so sorry. So I had to remove him. So the minute I removed him, my daughter says, hey, why did you remove my friend? So I said, it's only a women thing. So she says, how sexist is that? And I said, so I said,
the purpose is not really to be sexist, but of course, you may have a safe space for women, because there are a lot of issues we know which are very, very unique to women. And which is what I said earlier also, that anything, in a group where we share and we know that each other, we draw that energy from knowing that somebody else is also facing a similar issue. And like how Rita came and exchanged how it helps her, so that can help somebody else in this group. So that is the whole purpose of this platform, right?
And then women they're more comfortable talking about
yes,
issues.
Definitely. Definitely, yeah.
I
So,
suggest we should form a group like this, because I feel that everybody does have some problem or the other. I wouldn't call it, and like Anu said. So this is my suggestion. If we could have Anu, you could have a group who can sit down, chat, and talk openly with each other.
You spoke my heart, dear Maggie, and we are doing that. I'm having master classes starting, and I'm going to be helping even myself when I speak. And I want everyone to benefit from what I've done for the last 40 years in my spiritual study and 20 years of my hypnotherapy and all these other therapies. But it goes so deep that every class will help you guys peel one layer of your onion. And we will be doing meditations, we'll be doing practices, we'll be doing workshops. And Sechi's platform couldn't have come at a better time, because I'm not a marketing person, and Jashpreet is going to do it all with Saras for me. So it's a great platform that I'm very proud to be in. And this app that they have started is going to really help not only me, but a lot of therapists and coaches, because we form our own chat rooms.
Sure.
And we start discussing these issues in our tissues, and we start getting rid of them and having a more joyful life. That's my next step. Yeah. Thanks, Nagi, for bringing it up.
So, Anu, there are a lot of questions and comments on the chat box. Let me just get on. So, Anuji, what are some of the lessons that we have come to learn in life after life based on your experience with your clients?
Most of them are relationships. I would say 80% of all the problems are relationships. Why am I not getting married? Why am I not understood well? Why do I have this? Why do I have that? It's always a relationship issue, because relationships is the fulcrum of our existence. We come here, and there's so many of them who've not contracted to have a relationship, because earlier the relationships have been so bad that they want to come into their own, but then they forget. You forget your soul plan, you forget your soul blueprint. And that's the idea, because you've been given the gift of free will. So you can recreate and let me tell you, love is the most powerful force that can dissolve any of your problems of any number of lifetimes that you've had, but not the human love. I'm not talking about that I love you, you love me, we love each other. No, I'm talking about unconditional love. Love yourself first. When you love yourself enough, you will dissolve all these karmic imprints. Unconditional love to any and every situation without any expectation, with complete acceptance and surrender, will dissolve the issues in your tissues. Easiest way.
Thank you, Anu. So I
hope
don't
I've
see
Saras, Anu, I just want to add, just want to chip in here where, we are soon going to be starting an exclusive club of Anu, and on our app, and I've mentioned it on the chat as well. So I think, Maitri, you give a great idea for women to actually connect, have those, completely safe sessions. While this one is a YouTube live session, but, we have private rooms, sounding board rooms, rooms where you can do it in a private setting, have conversations, see each other, network with each other. So the whole idea of this community is to be there as a safe space, as a go-to space for women. So just wanted to mention that. Anu, thanks so much.
Thanks, Rajpreet. Yeah, thank you. I've been waiting for this.
Pardon?
I said, I was telling Rajpreet, I'm waiting. Every time she said, tell me it's taking so long, it's taking so long. I said, it doesn't matter. The time doesn't matter. As long as you get it going, that's the most important thing. Because this is the need of the hour today. And I mean, all my therapies today are online. I don't even take people one-on-one. So this is such an excellent forum to be in and get that one-on-one session sitting from your home. Nothing could get better.
Sure.
So I'm so happy.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to share or ask a question?
I just want to thank Anu. It's a beautiful session. Really, really
Thank you,
good.
Darshana.
So many aha moments.
Darshana, why don't you speak about your experience?
Uh, my mind is blank at the moment. I'm just so
Okay, that's fine.
overwhelmed and so much to absorb from what
Yeah.
you said. A lot of aha moments. So, but it's a
Yeah,
wonderful.
Darshan's
I
also
was
had
thinking,
great experiences.
yeah. I had wonderful sessions with Anu too. But I was busy taking care of my granddaughter just now, feeding her and all. So I couldn't really listen properly.
No, that's
Is
fine.
there going to be a replay?
It's on the YouTube. You can
So
listen
this
to
is
it.
going to be on
I'll send you the
YouTube.
link.
Yeah, once the you
We'll
can
send you the link.
Sure.
Thank you.
to
Very, very
everyone.
nice. I enjoyed this talk. I think it really, really educational and gives so many insights into all the different aspects.
Thank you so
Loving
much,
yourself.
Darshan.
I remember, love yourself. I love you.
Absolutely. So see, you heard two people and both of them have used this love energy and it's made such a difference to their lives. So it's not that I'm just talking, it's a very simple thing. It's really so simple. It's life, we complicate lives with so many ifs and buts and whys and ifs and, if only, why did this, why me, the victim mode, why me? There is no God up there granting bliss to one and misery to the other. We always think that. We think, oh, God, I don't know why God has put me into this position. Who is God? You are the God. You are an aspect of God. God is everywhere. So you have come here to recreate who you are. And He enjoys the journey through you. He or she, God, it enjoys the journey through you. God is recreating itself through you. That's how powerful you are. When I tell people you are magnificent, oh, don't say that. How can I be magnificent? Yes, you are. You are only living 10% of your reality in this conscious mind. 90% is your unconscious, which is connected to God. So we are all gods playing the fool. Wake up. We're all, but now don't say, oh, I am God. I created this. Don't have the ego mind, please. The God in you is the God who's forgiving, loving, kind, benevolent, peaceful, harmonious person. No ego there. Just peace. Just pure energy. Yes, I hope I've answered and made a little shift in your lives. Yes, Mahi?
You came to this word ego.
One more
So
class for that.
done. The
Ego
question
mind.
was, where does it come from?
It's too much identification with yourself. It's the little me, the I. The ego is all about, oh, I did this. You don't understand why did you do it. There's a bigger picture. There's a bigger reason. If you established a travel agency, you did it for a purpose. You did it because you wanted to spread travel. You wanted to make people aware of, you did something more noble than just create a business. But we get lost in what we create and with the money in our banks. That is not the real purpose. The purpose is the enjoyment, what you shared. You enabled people to go to this, and this place and give them a great journey. So anything that we've created, there is a reason for it. You satisfied yourself helping someone else help themselves. But if you just look at your bank account and say, wow, I made 10 crores of rupees from my business. I'm worth 10 crores. So you identify with something which is so nonsensical. Because I'm not saying don't accumulate your money, but understand that money is not the journey. It's the experience of earning that money, which is your journey. What do you get from it? What do you gain from it? When you see that, you don't have your ego embroiled into that space. And what do you take with you, by the way? All of you. Do you even take a nail? Even your nail, does it go with you? Only your experiences. The only bank you have is your experience bank, nothing else. But none of our focus is on that. Our focus is on the money, on the house, on the clothes, and the shoes, and the bags, and the belts that we make. And then where do we go with it? We leave it all behind. So focus on what you need. Attention has to shift. That is the important thing.
So Rupali, you had a question?
I actually don't have a question, but I just want to say this, and I was going to go quietly out. But I just want to say that this session has been mind-blowing. It reascertains the fact that even as a therapist, I need therapy. You know, like, because
Rupali is a great hypnotherapist, and I met her in one of the classes. And she's now also become a teacher. So she's beating me to my game because I don't teach and she teaches.
No ways. The very fact, what I wanted to say was that what Anu is calling as energy, I call it I call it vibration, because I work with sound healing. Yeah. And this session has given me so many reminders. Last few days have been really hectic, and I was not able to focus on myself. I was too involved and engaged. And I was actually feeling, like I need something to just release. And this session has done just that. It made me focus on me, and I've had such a lovely, wonderful, easy breezy release of all the stress. I must compliment you, and I must thank the forum, entirely. Thanks, Sechis, I would say.
Yeah, in fact, Rajpreet, you should get in touch with Rupali, and Rajpreet should chat because she's such an excellent healer. So you'll have her on board soon.
Yeah.
Sure. So many reminders on how low emotions pull our energy down, how more positive emotions pull our energy up, and so many things were hitting me, and very positively so, that how I had lost track over the last few days. And you've just, from somewhere, you've just remembered me, pulled me in here on this platform. You've done that earlier as well. This is the second time going. Absolute gratitude to you, total gratitude to you, and wonderful. Absolutely.
Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupali, for sharing. Thanks. Anything else?
Anyone else? Or should we close? So any feedback, any suggestions, please let us know. And we'll definitely formulate a class.
Yeah.
For the future.
Just one reminder and announcement that we will be having one more session next week at 4 o'clock, and this will be taken by Rajpreet, who's our founder. We would be really happy if you all can join. It's on self-awareness, basically. So very much connected to what I think Anu has also mentioned about self. So we would all be happy if you all can join. And it was great having you all here, and hope to see you all on our platform.
Yeah, all my friends, please join the Sechis platform and register yourselves as members. You'll get a lot of feedback. Rajpreet is going to be launching a lot of stuff coming in now from Jan onwards, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. So do join in. It's a great forum to be in. And Rupali, you must connect with Rajpreet. I'll put you on to her. So thank you, everyone. So grateful for all of you coming here. So happy to be here. And I hope I made a teeny mini difference in your life.
Big difference, Anu.
Thank you.
Anu, it's really an honor to have you with us. And definitely I'll get
Pleasure is mine.
And all of you are welcome. You're already a part of Sechis by coming for the Angels program today. And we do really look forward to seeing you all next week as well. It will be a session on personal transformation. So, please do come and attend. And we'll soon be launching the club on our app, which you all can enjoy the dedicated conversations on. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you. And bye, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Rupali. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.